What's up, everybody? It's your girl Vicky back at it again with another video. Today we're going full tourist mode in the Windy City. Get ready to have your mind blown because we're about to uncover some seriously cool stuff about Chicago, from its crazy history to its iconic food. Alright, so first up, let's talk about the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. The story goes that a cow knocked over a lantern in a barn and boom, the whole city went up in flames. The fire raged for 3 days straight and wiped out a massive chunk of the city. But here's the thing, Chicago didn't just give up. They rebuilt the city from the ashes and used it as a chance to make things even better. That's why Chicago's architecture is so unique. They started fresh and experimented with new styles. Ever wondered why Chicago is called, well, Chicago? Turns out it comes from a Native American word, Shikaakwa, which means wild onion or stinky onion. Apparently, the area was covered in these smelly onions back in the day. Can you imagine the smell? But hey, at least it's a unique name, right? And it's way better than Stinky Onion City. I'm just saying. Let's talk about skyscrapers. Chicago is basically the birthplace of the skyscraper. After the Great Fire, architects were like, we need to build up, not out. So they came up with this revolutionary idea of using steel frames to build super tall buildings. The first skyscraper ever built was the Home Insurance Building in Chicago. It was only 10 stories tall, but it was a total game changer back then. Let's talk about something truly important, Chicago-style deep dish pizza. If you haven't had it, drop everything and go get yourself a slice. It's seriously next level. It's like a pizza pie, but deeper and filled to the brim with cheese and toppings. The crust is thick and buttery and the cheese stretches for miles. Chicago is super proud of their deep dish, and rightfully so. Get this, the Chicago River used to flow in the opposite direction. Mind-blowing, right? In the early 1900s, they built the Chicago Sanitary and Ship Canal, and boom, the river started flowing west. It was a huge deal for public health and sanitation because it kept sewage out of the lake. How many cities can say they reversed the flow of a river? Road trip lovers, listen up! Chicago is the starting point of the iconic Route 66, the Mother Road. This legendary highway stretches all the way from Chicago to Santa Monica, California. Back in the day, Route 66 was the main road for people migrating west, and it became a symbol of freedom, adventure, and the American dream. Just imagine starting your road trip right here in the heart of Chicago and cruising all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Let's talk about baseball. Chicago is a baseball city, and the Chicago Cubs are like rock stars here. They play at Wrigley Field, one of the oldest and most iconic baseball stadiums in America. The Cubs have a long and storied history, and they're finally starting to win some championships again, which is awesome. Going to a Cubs game at Wrigley Field is an experience like no other. The atmosphere is electric, and the fans are some of the most dedicated you'll ever meet. For you art lovers out there, Chicago is home to the Art Institute of Chicago, one of the oldest and largest art museums in the world. It's got an incredible collection of art from all over the world, from ancient artifacts to modern masterpieces. One of the most famous paintings in the Art Institute is Grant Wood's American Gothic. You know, the one with the farmer and his daughter holding a pitchfork. It's like a cultural icon. Back in 1893, Chicago hosted the world's Columbian Exposition, also known as the Chicago World's Fair. The fair showcased amazing inventions and innovations, like the Ferris wheel, the dishwasher, and even Cracker Jacks. It put Chicago on the map as a major world city and left behind a legacy of innovation and progress. Chicago is known for its beautiful parks, and for good reason. The city has over 600 parks, covering millions of square feet of green space. One of the most famous parks is Millennium Park, home to the iconic Cloud Gate sculpture, also known as the Bean. But Millennium Park is more than just the Bean. It's also got amazing gardens, fountains, an outdoor concert venue, and even an ice skating rink in the winter. It's a must-visit spot for anyone coming to Chicago. Let's talk about music. Chicago has a rich musical history, especially when it comes to the blues. The Chicago blues scene emerged in the early 20th century, known for its soulful vocals and gritty guitar riffs. Legends like Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, and Buddy Guy all made their mark on Chicago blues. If you're a blues fan, you have to check out some of Chicago's legendary blues clubs like Kingston Mines and Buddy Guy's Legends. Last but not least, we have to talk about the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower. This iconic skyscraper dominates the Chicago skyline, and it was once the tallest building in the world. One of the coolest things about the Willis Tower is its observation deck, Skydeck Chicago. You can take an elevator all the way to the top and get breathtaking views of the city and beyond. On a clear day, you can see for miles in every direction. It's an experience you won't soon forget. So there you have it, folks. 12 facts about Chicago that you probably didn't know. From the Great Chicago Fire to the birth of the skyscraper, from deep dish pizza to the Chicago blues, this city has it all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning these fun facts about Chicago, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting videos. See you next time.